Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Timothy here with Mana Rocks. We're going to be playing some more companions today. Well, one more companion today, which we'll leave up to a random determination. But anyway, if you've followed us so far, you know that we're spinning the wheel, figuring out which deck we're going to play until we've played at least one deck with every single companion. We've got 5 down, 5 to go. And yeah, let's spin this thing and see what we're playing today. Leave it up to fate, huh? Oh, Umori. Alright, Umori the Collector it is. This is a really fun deck that I've been playing just kind of casually in my spare time. Got the list from Untitled Chapter, player that I respect quite a bit, but this is basically a mutate list. Blue-green, and what you're looking to do is just flood the board with creatures. Obviously, Umori's restriction is that you have to play all the same card type. And that usually means that you're going to play all creatures, right? Thankfully, Mutate gives you spell-like abilities on creatures, but all of these spells just turn into more creatures. This is an initial list. I don't know if it's been updated recently or not, but it's a fun deck to play. It's got its weaknesses, right? Like any big creature deck that's relying on just creatures to win, it's going to be soft to Yorion decks that have Shatter the Sky and Elspeth Conquers Death. Those cards are just generically powerful against any sort of creature deck you're playing, so be prepared to lose to that. It also has some really clunky draws where you draw too much of the mana stuff. There's like 12 mana dorks here, although they are super important. And then there's a bunch of top end stuff like End-Raze Forerunner. Sometimes you draw too much of this, sometimes you draw too much of this, so on and so forth. And you don't get a lot of action going. You can also get flooded pretty easily here. But I'm interested to see if there are any Umori decks that aren't actually playing creatures, where the chosen card type is going to be like instant or sorcery or anything like that. I have no idea. It also lets you pick land when you cast it, which I find interesting. But the best draws you can have here are Arboreal Grazer into Migratory Greathorn, and then follow up on like turn 4 or 5 with a Luna and Auspicious Starks. These are the two big boys that let you fish through your deck until you hit other permanents. The Luna gives you 1 permanent each time it mutates, but it's always a non-land. Auspicious Starks gives you permanents equal to the number of times it's mutated, but it includes lands, right? So this one has a more broad effect. It can give you more cards for a single mutation, but it sometimes just hits a bunch of lands, whereas a Luna is always going to hit a permanent, which might just hit like another Grazer or something like that. This is a very luck-dependent deck, right? It's not... You can't guarantee what you're going to get off the big splashy effect, but sometimes you hardcast an End-Raze Forerunners and you end the game. But that's what we're going to do today. Play Umori the Collector. Thank you, Andrea Mangucci, for the list. If you like this sort of content, feel free to subscribe below. Find us on Twitter, MTG_Manarocks, and let's go ahead and play with some Umori. I'll see you all in match number 1. Alright, welcome you all to match number 1. So this is what I'm talking about. You would think with 12 mana dorks you would see one in your opening hand, but I guess I don't get the nut draw. This is a mulligan with the double End-Raze Forerunners. We don't really want to cast those anyway, and unless I can guarantee that I'm going to draw, I guess Grazer's not even that good. This is just easy mulligan. This is a lot better. Polywog Symbiote does an okay impression. It's the worst of the mana dorks to have this early. Gemrazor is not actually that good. Parcel Beast is pretty good early on. Don't really want to ditch lands here, though. I think I'm going to just ditch Gemrazor. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. We turn 3 Gemrazor, attack for 4, maybe destroy an artifact or enchantment. Probably not likely. Could also ditch an island here. Although that guarantees turn 4 Umori. Alright, Gemrazor, you're out. Forest is more important than Island in this deck. Actually, very few blue cards. I think Polywog Symbiote, and then you get just rubbing it in. There's gonna be some Gruul aggro deck. They're gonna have some perfect curve out. Watch them go Migratory Greathorn on turn 2. Do you guys draw when you guys play Magic? Do you draw your Arboreal Grazers on turn 1? Because I don't think I've ever drawn an Arboreal Grazer on turn 1 in my 4 Grazer deck. Marauding Raptor, this is still standard legal? Wow, this can be some dinosaur deck? Jeez, Marauding Raptor is still standard legal. Who knew? Alright, well I can straight up cast a Parcel Beast, and that's about all I can do this turn, but it's decent enough, I imagine. I'm just going to cast it straight up. That lets me loot. We'll go ahead and pitch the island. A Luna is a fine draw. Again, Luna is one of our big payoffs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't quite mutate. The mutate cost is 6. But we'll see what our opponent plays here. They can play a 5-drop, like a Shift and Ceratops or something. Quartzwood Crasher. Or, I mean, we could just lose straight away. That's cool too, I guess. Just double block that? I guess if I double block that, how am I blocking Quartzwood Crasher? I'm not. Alright, double block. Interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and get Castle Garenbrig down. We are now a full extra turn away from a Luna because we lost the Poliwag, but I'm going to play Umori and just double block Quartzwood Crasher. If they have any sort of tricks, then we're going to lose this game anyway, but they had a faster start than we did. That was, what, a turn 3 Quartzwood Crasher? Yep, double block. I don't imagine they have tricks. If they have like an Embercleave, then sure. Alright, Umori down. Another Marauding Raptor, but no big boy, so that's nice. So we can start activating Parcel Beast here. I can go Paradise Druid. I could mutate onto Paradise Druid with this other Parcel Beast. It's pretty safe. And then keep up mana to activate this Parcel Beast. Oh, I could have actually cast a Luna this turn, couldn't I? No, I couldn't have, because I would have had to dump all this mana into this. I wouldn't have had a blue. Or any blue, rather. Actually, I only have one blue. This is double blue to mutate. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and mutate here. It is best to get as many mutates as possible because of our Auspicious Starks, and Paradise Druid is one of the better things to mutate onto. I'm kind of worried about what my opponent could have, but if we Parcel Beast into a land, we should be looking fine here. Opponent with the unnecessary end of turn or middle of turn Fabled Passage instead of just cracking it when they played it. Alright, what you got? Something big, opponent? Removal spell? Question mark? Bone Crusher Giant Me. Okay, so just the 5 mana 4/3 deal 2 to your face. Seems pretty good. Costs 1 less mana as well. Pow. Alright, we need to spike an island here, I think. If we do spike an island, we're looking pretty good. Paradise Druids, whatever. Migratory Greathorn's not bad. So, we go Druid into Greathorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This isn't activate abilities of creatures. Okay, so with 6 mana, we can cast this, and then activate a Parcel Beast. And take a little bit of damage on my next turn, but that's fine. Druid. I'm going to mutate onto this Parcel Beast, I think. Just to have an extra mutation on it, but then I'm basically saying I'm not blocking because I'm going to activate this Parcel Beast. Alright, I'll put it on the Paradise Druid. This will guarantee go get an island, and then I might as well use my floated mana here. We have a Luna next turn for sure. I guess I just really got to watch out for Embercleave, right? Poliwag. Yeah, sure, whatever. And we will not attack. If they only attack with Bone Crusher Giant, that's not too big of a deal. Again, just got to watch out for something like an Embercleave here. Feels like they have a bunch of land. Gem Razor is fine. So Poliwag Symbio is 1, 2. But I do need double blue, like I said. Alright, we're just going to go full mana here. And we will mutate onto, I suppose, this one. Although it's the one we probably want to attack with most, and the one we want to keep mutating onto. So we'll go ahead and put it on the Greathorn. That gives me another land as well. Put it over. Fetch a land and get the next permanent off the top of our library, whatever it is. I guess I can get an island here. Yeah, that's just a free Auspicious Starks. And we are going to be a little exposed to removal now. They have Arboreal Grazer to block, which they do, and it still tramples over for 3. All right, nice. Next turn we can throw a Gem Razor on one of our boys. And I can activate one of these Parcel Beasts using the other Parcel Beast. I think our opponent's just super flooded there. Oh, look, Grays are nice. Alright, so we're going to go for pre-combat mutates because we do have End-Raise Forerunners in our deck. Do want to just mutate onto a Luna here. It's kind of cool you can mutate Lunas onto Lunas, so you can use extra copies of your Legendary. Alright, I think our opponent had a really fast start there. We basically sacrificed our companion to deal with a Quartzwood Crasher, a turn 3 Quartzwood Crasher nonetheless. And then they just kind of flooded out, and we got our engine going. So that's what our deck wants to do. Granted, we want to do it a little bit quicker than that, and we don't really want to trade off Umori, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, that's going to go ahead and be match number 1. We'll run it back for match number 2. See you there. All right, ladies and gents, welcome back. Match number 2. We're on the draw against MTG Nicholas. We've got the what? Take a screenshot. So we've got turn 1 Grazer, turn 2 Druid, turn 3 Umori. Turn 1 Grazer is kind of nice. Do need an island for this hand to really get going, but this is a lot of mana against another red-green deck. Could be. I assume if they don't have a companion, they play Stomping Ground on turn 1, that they're probably like Wilderness Reclamation deck, which those decks are usually pretty annoying. I'm fully expecting Steam Vents here. Tapped Steam Vents. Oh no. Jund, Trail of Crumbs. Alright. Well, this is definitely not... This is some Corvold deck, for sure. Mayhem Devil Corvold deck. Let's go ahead and just get Paradise Druid down. Don't want to mutate right now. Just want to get as much mana down as possible. So we'll go Garenbrig Castle, Paradise Druid, pass. Then next turn we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Or actually we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can make 6 mana. There is the Mayhem Devil. 6 mana doesn't... Oh, actually, I can just cast an Auspicious Starix, right? Yeah, we can just cast this thing and mutate it on the Grazer. Get in for 6. Get a free permanent off the top. If it's a land, so be it. Oh, it's an Aluna. Nice. Alright, there's one of those busted draws. That's pretty incredible. Opponent's gonna chump with Mayhem Devil? Wow. Okay. Do they have a sweeper or something? I don't know. What sweeper could they have? Storm's Wrath doesn't do it. Shocking, though. Oh, Extinction Event. And of course, they're the same. Alright, we can go for another Stark. So we drew another Aluna, too. Jeez. Extinction Event I did not see coming. Alright, if I shock, make 6 mana, 7 mana, use 4 of it here. I don't have enough to cast the other stuff, so I think I just go for one of the big boys again. Can't do a Luna with the Garenbrig Castle, but I can do Auspicious Starix again. And see if we get as lucky this time. End-Raise Forerunner for game? Nice. Is that game? That's 15 damage? Okay. Well, I'll consider that some pretty lucky draws there against the Jund Sacrifice deck. Wow, Extinction Event, huh? Huh. Did not see that one coming. Didn't matter. We hit about as lucky as we could there. Again, it's a luck-based game. We could have easily hit like a land or an Arboreal Grazer, but instead we hit End-Raise Forerunners, which will end the game promptly. And that's basically what this deck wants to do. Turn 1 Grazer, get your mana going, and just slam those big ones to get extra value. Doesn't always work, but it worked that time. Let's jump into match 3. I'll see you all there. Alright, welcome back. We're against probably a mirror match because this deck has been played by, Andrea Mengucci, so people see it as good. We've got an easy mulligan here. This hand's not very good, but I think we can ditch Gem Razor doesn't do anything in the mirror match unless they happen to be like the blue-black version with Stone Coil Serpents and whatnot. I think I just have to ditch a Parcel Beast and hope to hit something. Again, 12 mana dorks, it's kind of egregious to have, a hand and then mulligan into another hand that doesn't have any of your mana dorks, but it happens sometimes. Opponent has something going on. Could be the same list. This deck does play 2 Ketria Triomes. Opponent doesn't have the fast start either, to be honest, which is cool by me. So I think what we're going to do here is go Castle, Grazer. Oh yeah, never mind. I can't Parcel Beast. What am I talking about? Put a land into play. This is basically whoever hits Enduray's Forerunners first wins. My opponent has, basically the same hand I had, but didn't draw the Grazer. Here, we just go for Umori. And then next turn, if we spike a land, we can mutate an Auspicious Starks and just try to get going faster than the opponent. My opponent's probably going to play their Umori here. Theirs is fancy. Oh, look, they named creature. Did not spike a land, but we can start getting some mutate stuff going. So we go Paradise Druid, Parcel Beast. Could activate Parcel Beast as well. Paradise Druid guarantees the 6th mana next turn. My opponent's going to get to do their thing first if they have an untapped land. Could also just cast a 6/6, but never found that to be that good. Always want to mutate these two. Alright, let's go Druid, Parcel Beast onto the Grazer. My opponent's not going to have interaction to like kill my Grazer or my Parcel Beast or anything. The good news is they do have to mutate onto their Umori, so they'll have one big creature if they want to go for mutate stuff next turn. I'll just go ahead and pass. Like if they have an Auspicious Starix or an Illuna, they can cast it, but they have to use it on Umori. Alright, they have 6 mana, 7 mana available here. Yep, that's Illuna. Let's see what they hit. They hit a Migratory Greathorn, pretty good. We'll see if ours can be maybe a little bit better. Again, this matchup is usually just going to come down to whoever hits Enduray's Forerunner first. No blocks. And we will Parcel Beast. Start, sure. Untap land? No, but we did hit a bunch of junk. Alright, so I can either go for a Luna, like here, or I can just put a Starix here and hit 2 permanents since this is already mutated once. I think I just want to go for mass damage, so we're going to mutate onto Parcel Beast. Wouldn't mind hitting a couple extra lands either, but we're looking for permanents. Ideally, not those, but that's fine. I have a green floating, so I can actually mutate again. So we get 3 permanents this time. Greathorn, Forest. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, so I can cast a Starix, right? Why can't I cast this? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's already figured in. Okay, never mind. Duh. Attack with these 2. 10 damage coming in. And then we'll see if our opponent can hit their Enduray's Forerunner before we hit our Enduray's Forerunner. Next turn, we can cast at least 2 of our mutate guys. Oh, they're just going to hard cast it. So we'll do some quick math. 8 plus 12 is 20, minus 4 is 16. We're dead. Good game. Again, whoever hits the Enduray's Forerunners first wins this matchup. Opponent hit it first despite having a slower draw than us. We hit pretty poorly off those Starixes. 3 lands total out of, what, 4 looks? 3 looks? Something like that. Not the best, but our opponent got us the same way we got our last opponent. So you kind of got to take it. Either way, Umori won that match, right? we'll go ahead and run it back. We'll play maybe 2 more here. This will be match 4 coming up next. See you there. All right, welcome back. We are here for match number 4, I suppose, against Loris. If it's just a creature deck, we should be good. If it's a Cyclone deck, our deck's probably pretty bad against the Cyclone deck. But we are on the play, and we'll lead off with our fancy blue-green Guildgate here. Does let our castle come in untapped, but no biggie. All right, this looks like just a creature deck, which I feel like we're probably fine against. Being on the draw is a big deal. So turn 2 Symbiote, it does not let us go turn 3 Umori, but turn 2 Paradise Druid does. So we're going to go Paradise Druid and just not block this 1 damage. Opponent's probably going to play a bunch of 1-drops here, but Umori the Collector should be pretty good at holding off some 1-drops. Excuse me. Rakdos Sacrifice, sure. It makes me really happy I have a 2-drop. Let's go ahead and get Umori down, and next turn, if nothing happens to our board, we can cast a Luna. But our opponent's going to have this Priest active, so it's going to be a little awkward. Be a little difficult here. Claim the Firstborn. Oh, what? Alright, GG us. I guess we lose. That's insane. Alright, and they have 2 black mana, so they can cast something else. Jeez. Alright, that went about, again, as poorly as possible. Claim the Firstborn. I wonder what these decks do when they play against Yorion and they have, like, Claim the Firstborns in their hand. Yep, into Scorpion. Kaya's Ghost Form. Okay, whatever. I don't care about the Kaya's Ghost Form. I'm just going to set myself up to get 2 for 1 again here. We'll go Symbiotes into Greathorn. Draw, discard. Discard Greathorn. They're going to Priest us again for sure. Put it over and go get an island here. And pass turn. Just get Priested right out of this game, huh? This deck is extremely bad against Priest, but we had a good setup against it. So now they can go sack, sack. Make me sack my guy. I guess they could do that too. And unless I can somehow get a ton of extra creatures on board, this isn't going to work out. Uh-huh. And then play Scorpion from the graveyard, or something from your hand and Scorpion from the graveyard. I think this match is basically over. We're at, what, 8 right now? The Claim the Firstborn, perfect draw from the opponent is pretty hard for us to beat there. 1, 2... 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess if I draw an untapped mana source, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I can mutate next turn. Uh-huh. Starix. So, if I play that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's easy game over. All right, opponent beat us on turn 2 with perfect draw. I guess it was technically turn 3, right? And we had 2 creatures, so that had to go fairly poorly, and it did. Claim the Firstborn into Priest. Did not see it coming, but we'll take another loss there, and we'll play one more match here. Hopefully don't get beat on turn 3, but yeah, thanks for joining me. I'll see you all in the final match. Match 5 coming up. All right, welcome, ladies and gents. We are here against Yorion, so we gotta have at least one Yorion match. From what I've noticed, if they have Shatter the Storm, you lose. If they have ECD, you lose. If not, you can usually beat them, but we'll see what happens here. We are on the play. Again with the Grazers. Where are the Grazers? I've had turn 1 Grazer once in 5 matches. 4 Grazers in the deck, though. Let's go ahead and get Symbiote down, and that's not a turn 3 Umori, unfortunately, but it does make all of our mutate creatures cheaper, so I might just jam like a Gem Razor here or something. Although Gem Razor has a decent amount of value, you can always mutate onto Gem Razor later, though. Alright, I will cast Gem Razor. No, I just want to cast it. Do I want to just keep that in my hand? Discard a land, question mark. They're going to shatter us, and then we're going to be like, oh, look, my hand sucks. This could be a good, like, surprise card to have against them, though. That's risky. Opponent went plains here. Mono white Yorion? Oh, okay. This is something unique and different entirely. 5 mana, can't mutate, but I mean, they could still have cards like Shatter the Sky in a mono white 80 card deck, right? I'm not going to play around it. I'm just going to jam Umori here. I'm going to hope their mono white Heliod deck isn't running too many board wipes. And you're up. Go for it, opponent. Shatter. Snap it off. Could easily have, like, exile enchantments and stuff. Healer's Hawk. Healer's Hawk. Okay. You have a Healer's Hawk. Gem Razor doesn't kill anything, but we can cast one of our things. Probably just a Luna, right? Is there anything they could flash in that has 3 white symbols? No way, right? Alright, let's go ahead and Luna the Polywog. Draw a discard. And we'll discard a Forest. And let's see what a Luna hits. This could be a game where we easily just cast an N-Raise Forerunners. Yeah, sure, another Polywog's fine. It means this thing's 3 to mutate? Jeez. I'm just going to jam with everything here. Not sure what I'm playing around or against, really. I get to put a counter on Heliod, but, I mean, they're super dead if they don't just have a board wipe, so I'm going to just pass. And, okay, cool. Well, there you go. That was the final match we went out on. Lost to the mirror match. Lost to, what did we lose to? Oh, that sick Rakdos deck that just completely curb stomped us. But that's going to do it. This deck is fun. It is a little fragile, though, because as soon as you reveal Umori, you're basically saying, hey, every card in my deck is a creature. I'm not going to have counter magic. I'm not going to have interaction, right? I'm just going to be doing my own thing. I might be able to blow up a permanent. I might be able to, you know, kill you out of nowhere, but you know what the deck is doing for the most part. There are other variations I've seen. Some people are playing black so that they can have, like, the Dirge Bat, which I think might even be better. Like, Dirge Bat is very good. I've seen people play mono black Umori just as a devotion deck. I've seen people play this blue black flash deck, and also, like, this works with cards like Voracious Great Shark and things like that. So I could see the flash deck working out with Umori, but this is the deck that I thought was coolest. It's just really fun to play cards like Aluna and Auspicious Starks, these limited bomb type creatures. But the thing does have to come together, right? Sometimes, again, it's just obscene to me that we played multiple games where we have 12 2-mana mana dorks and we just didn't have one by turn 2. Maybe you're supposed to mulligan towards those, but this deck is soft to board wipes. It's soft to single target removal as well, right? Which people aren't playing a lot of single target removal, but people do play board wipes. So if you play against a Yorion deck and they have Shatter the Sky, that's almost game over on the spot unless you had a really quick start and you can just reload. But End-Raise Forerunners does give you kind of an out to just kill your opponent out of nowhere as well. And sometimes you get to do the thing where you go for like a turn 4 Luna and just hit an End-Raise Forerunners and you kill your opponent. That's fun too. So I recommend this deck as a fun deck. It is fun to play. It's got cool cards going on. Mutate is a fun mechanic. Despite how complicated it is, I don't expect this to be a competitive deck unless it gets tweaked or adds another color on or finds a real home or something like that, just because it doesn't interact the way you really need to in Standard. At any rate, that's going to go ahead and do it. Thanks for watching. This was a short, simple, to-the-point Umori deck. I had fun with it. Hope you had fun too. Remember, you can subscribe to the channel for more content like this. You can find us on Twitter at MTG_ManaRocks. And that's going to go ahead and do it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.